If you are an international student planning to work in France or a fresh graduate about to sign your first contract, you probably have one big question. What is a good salary? The internet gives you averages, but they are often outdated or mix senior salaries with junior ones. Today we are breaking down the real 2026 salary list for fresh graduates in France. We will cover engineering, data, business, finance and marketing. We will look at the exact amounts, what affects them and the reality of taxes. Let's get straight into it. First, two critical things you must understand before looking at the numbers. Number 1, gross versus net. In France, your contract will show a BRUT gross annual salary. This is the total amount before any deductions. However, the money you can actually spend is your net pay. To keep it simple, think of your gross salary as the full pie of your earnings. Before it reaches your bank account, several slices are taken out to fund things like your healthcare, retirement, and unemployment insurance. A good rule of thumb, your actual take-home pay is usually 50 to 80% of that gross number, depending on your salary slab. Number 2, location. Paris and Île-de-France pay around 15% more than cities like Lyon, Bordeaux, or Toulouse. But remember, the cost of living in Paris is much higher. All the numbers I'm about to give are averages for Paris, Île-de-France. If you are outside Paris, subtract about 15%. Let's start with the most popular sector, computer science and software engineering. In Paris, a software engineer range is 46,000 to 67,350 euro gross per year, which is about 49.4 lakh to 72.4 lakh INR. Monthly estimate 3,833 to 5,612 euro per month, which is about 4.1 lakh to 6 lakh rupees per month. Backend roles can look similar. For example, backend developer in Paris, 46,750 to 60,800 euro gross per year, which is about 50.2 lakh to 65.4 lakh INR. Monthly estimate 3,896 to 567 euro per month, which is about 4.2 lakh to 5.4 lakh rupees per month. Moving on to the exciting and uprising domain, data, AI and machine learning. Demand is high but competition is rising. In Paris, a data scientist range is 47,000 to 59,500 euro gross per year, which is about 50.5 lakh to 64 lakh rupees. Monthly estimate 3,917 to 4,958 euro per month, which is about 4.2 lakh to 5.3 lakh rupees per month. And machine learning engineer can go higher, 49,750 to 71,250 euro gross per year, which is about 53.5 lakh to 76.6 lakh rupees. Monthly estimate 4,146 to 5,938 euro per month, which is about 4.5 lakh to 6.4 lakh rupees per month. These roles pay more when you bring strong Python, SQL, cloud skills, and real projects or internships. Now for the business side, MBA and general management. This is the trickiest one. Your salary is heavily linked to your school's rankings. If you are from a top 5 grand école like HEC, ESSEC, ESCP, etc., you can demand 50,000 to 60,000 euro, which is approximately 53 lakh to 64 lakh INR. However, for a standard MBA or master's from a public university, the reality is different. The range is typically 35,000 to 42,000 euro, which is roughly 37 lakh to 45 lakh INR. Do not expect 60,000 euro straight out of school unless you are in strategy consulting. Now, finance, accounting and audit. The big 4 audit firms, Deloitte, PwC, etc. are huge recruiters of fresh grads. They typically pay a fixed grade salary between 44,000 to 50,000 euro. That is approximately 46 lakh to 52 lakh INR. If you go into corporate finance, it is similar. But if you manage to land a role in investment banking or M&A, you are looking at 65,000 to 85,000 base salary, up to 90 lakh INR. That is an outlier though. For 90% of you, expect the 46,000 euro mark, 48 lakh INR. What about marketing, digital and brand management? I have to be honest here. The sector pays less than tech or finance initially, but it is very popular. So, supply is high. The typical range is 35,000 to 42,000 euro gross. That is roughly 37 lakh to 44 lakh INR. Digital roles like web analyst, CRM manager or growth marketer pay better than traditional brand assistant roles. To maximize your salary here, focus on the tech side of the marketing analytics, growth hacking or product marketing. Finally, HR, operations and supply chain. Supply chain is booming in France due to logistics and retail. Salaries are solid, 38,000 to 45,000 euro, which is approximately 40 lakh to 47 lakh INR. Human resources typically starts a bit lower, around 36,000 to 42,000 euro, roughly 38 lakh to 44 lakh INR. However, if you specialize in talent acquisition for tech companies, headhunting, you can earn much more through commissions. A quick reality check for my international students. Can you get these salaries without speaking French? In tech and data, yes, it's possible. In marketing or HR, it is very, very hard. And it makes sense if you think about it. Unless you land a job at a massive international company or agency that is serving international markets, you are going to be marketing products to locals in France. You have to know their language. It is exactly like how you need to know English to run ads in the US or the UK, or why you would need to know Hindi, Bengali or Tamil to build a marketing strategy for different parts of India. If you want to connect with the people, you have to speak their language. Also, be aware of the stage trap. Many companies will hire you on internship first, 900 to 1400 euro per month, which is approximately 85,000 to 1.3 lakh INR, with the promise of a CDI full-time job later. This is normal in France. Don't be afraid to take a 6-month internship if it leads to that 45,000 euro job. Remember, your first salary is just a starting point. In France, salaries grow steadily. Focus on learning, getting that CDI contract for visa stability, and the money will follow. But here is a pro tip. Start learning French. Even if your daily work is in English, speaking the local language is the real secret to getting promoted, moving into management, and actually building a long-term career there. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more guides on how to build your career in Europe. Good luck.